All right. Welcome everybody to our Glam Guts call tonight. We are opening this up to everybody. So first off, I want to start off in prayer for us. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing these beautiful women together so that we can focus on health and happiness in our lives and offering it for others. Please help guide us in the direction of being servants and caring for others in a way that you would want us to be doing so. And also we pray that, you watch over our leaders in our company as they make decisions, having to work with the FTC and all the things that I can't imagine they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis with all the restrictions and what we can say. And please just keep everybody in your care and bless everybody here who has shown up tonight to offer your time to learn and grow together. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. And hey, Kelly. So we have Erica on. All right. And Kathy Mattingly, she's from another team. Hi, Kathy. And Connie, hello. And Jenna, welcome. We have, and Anne. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
So we have Jenna's she's new to this. This is her first time here. So she's in her last year in nursing. So welcome, Jenna. We're excited that you're here with us. And Kelly Higginbothom is my guest tonight. And she is tuning in from out west, Washington. She is on another call. So she's going to hop on here right when she's done with that call. And you know how calls go. Hers is supposed to be done at 8:30 our time, Central Standard Time, but she's not here yet. So we're just going to probably carry it over to, there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
I don't think Kelly Higginbothom's on here yet. Let's see here. Oh, LaRon's on too. Hi, LaRon. I can't see everybody on my screen. And Lisa. So Kelly Higginbothom, when you get on, will you just interrupt me maybe? Because I am gonna read a little bit about it's from Joyce Meyer, and you guys, because it relates to all life, not just if you're doing plexus as a business, right? It's all things. So you're more than a conqueror. It comes from Romans 8:37. That teaches us how to think about the challenges that we face. In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. So when you think about that, you want to believe that being more than a conqueror means having such confidence in God that no matter what we face, we know that through him we can overcome whatever is facing us. We know before we ever encounter a problem that we will gain victory over it. We believe that with his help, we can do whatever we need to do. Therefore, we don't dread anything. We don't fear the unknown. We don't live in anxiety about what will happen in any situation. It doesn't really matter what the challenge is. We know we can handle it through Christ. Defeat is not an option. Thinking about negative circumstances too long will empower us, those circumstances, to overwhelm us. So what we think on expands, and no matter what we're dealing with in life. No wonder the Bible said we should look away from things that distract us and instead fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the leader and the source of our faith, and who brings our faith to maturity. We need to remember at all times that he is the one who empowers us to do all things, and look to him regularly throughout each day. If you will begin to think every day, I can handle whatever life hands me. I can do whatever I need to do in life. I am more than a conqueror. I am equal to anything through him who infuses inner strength into me. Even before you get out of bed in the mornings, just let it roll over and over in your mind. Your confidence will skyrocket. And you will find that indeed in him, you can do whatever you need to do in life. So remember that when you wake up in the morning, to take a few minutes and just say, I can, pray and talk to God, and I can handle whatever life hands me. I can do whatever I need to do in life, and just start your day off with that. Okay. We're more than a conqueror. All right. Oh, and there's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. So Kelly and I met we both hit Emerald about the same time in our career with this unexpected job. And Kelly just was you don't forget Kelly when you meet Kelly. She's a ball of energy. She's a runner. She's a mama too. Oh, help me. I want to say 3. Right? Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. Right now I did look that over. And I don't know all the, and wife, and she just brings so much to the table with her mindset and her background in ministry and mission work. And she's a ball of fire. Like I said, she's going to empower you. She was in some mastermind series with a very reputable coach and mindset coach. And I'm just excited that she has offered her time tonight to pour into us. So she's going to share her journey from beginning to now.
All right, I can go. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for letting me interrupt your meeting and coming in and being a guest on here. I'm seriously so honored. I love doing these things, if I'm honest, because I'm learning that one of my passions really is teaching, coaching, inspiring, motivating, all the things, which I think is why I love the running community so much, because we all cheer each other on no matter how fast we're going, however many miles. I even started my own beginners running group. Recently, we just finished our first week. So if anyone's wanting to train for a 5K, I'll let you know what the link is if you want in on that. But it is what I've learned in running has unlocked doors for me in my own personal growth and development journey. And actually is what led me to joining Plexus, which sounds so crazy. But if you would have, actually really quick, I'll tell you, I live in Spokane, Washington. If anyone knows where that is, it's in the Northwest. It's not Seattle. If Washington's a square, Seattle's on this side, Spokane's on this side. So we're in the dry part of it. I know people think Washington State and they think Seattle. We are at the opposite end and have very different views from Seattle. So I'll just say that. And I have 3 kids. They're 13, 10, and 6, going on 25. She thinks she runs the show, which she kind of does, but super fun, great kids. We're actually embarking on private school for the first time this year, which we're all really excited about. I have no private school background, neither does my husband. And so we're all kind of jumping in for the fun newness of it. And we actually don't even start till next week. We haven't even started school yet. The 21st of September is when we start school. So I apologize for any of you mamas that are like, I'm already neck deep in it, and you're a little stressed out about it. It's okay. We got this, moms. We've got this. So if you would have met me 5.5 years ago, you would have seen a mom of 3 young kids. They were 1, 5, and 7. I was going to the gym regularly, training for my first full marathon. I went to the park with my kids. I was the mom sitting on the sideline, like watching them play. I necessarily wasn't always playing with them at the park, but I was definitely taking them to the park, right? I was doing my best to eat healthy, drinking my water, taking my multivitamin and fish oil from the grocery store. But you would also have seen me in the drive-thru getting my coffee for the afternoon or my nap on the couch, because that is how I got through most of my days. I did a lot of parenting from the couch if I could get away with it, babysitting with the TV, a lot of that because I was so exhausted, guys. I was so exhausted. I literally remember telling a friend, I thought exercising more was supposed to give you more energy, because I was going to the gym like 3 to 5 times a week. Like I said, I was training for this full marathon. Like I thought I was doing all the right things, but I had an insatiable sweet tooth. I had terrible insomnia. You would have seen me up for 2 to 3 hours at a time in the middle of the night while my kids were sleeping. Okay. That is like the worst thing for a mom, is to know your kids are sleeping, but you still can't sleep. And then raging. My fuse was this itty bitty for my kids. And so I was losing it with my kids most days for who knows why. Like looking back, I probably had postpartum and had no idea, because I wasn't depressed, but there are other forms of that, as we know, as I know now, at least. But really on the outside, I looked healthy. Wasn't super overweight. I was doing all the right things, but on the inside, I was one hot mess. Then my friend told me about plexus. She was posting about it. She's super fit, trim. And I was like, why is she talking about a weight loss gimmick? Girl, don't need to lose weight. I just saw slim and was very skeptical, very judgmental and critical, honestly, of the whole industry, let alone plexus and their product called Slim. And I really wanted nothing to do with any weight loss gimmicks or diets. I was all about the, eat right, move more, drink your water, and get some sleep, take your vitamins. And even that was like, again, the multivitamin from the grocery store. Okay. Like I knew nothing about supplements. But after a few months, after my friend was persistent in such a healthy way, I don't want to say she never sent me a bunch of canned cold messages, or anything. We kept relationship during this. She was very, very supportive in what I was doing in life. And I had made a post that I was looking for extra money for my racing endeavors, because I had a few races lined up and it was going to cost, with new shoes and traveling and everything else, probably $800 to $1,000. I'm like, oh man, we were strapped, living paycheck to paycheck. My husband was a sole provider and it worked enough for us, but I mean, we were really strapped. I was embarrassingly, like, we were paying, I don't know how many, overdraft fees on some months, having to ask our church for help for a mortgage. We had done mission work. We were ministries with the college campus ministry before this. And so we had learned to kind of live within our means. And at the same time, like, we were having more babies and I had to say no to blueberries because they were expensive. And so then I was just feeling really conflicted, inside, and it was very stressful financially. And so I thought, well, if I want to live out some dreams that I have over here of running, I need to find another way to make money. So I'm just going to watch extra kids. Because did anyone hear me how stressed I was already with my own? And now I'm going to try to take on someone else's kids. I don't know how many of you have tried to watch someone else's babies, but there's not as much love and grace for some reason for other people's babies. And I did fine. I did it part-time. It was just enough, but I knew I needed something else. So my friend Jody, she told me about plexus and how maybe if I like the products, maybe I could make some money off of it. What I didn't see as clearly was that God was already priming the pump. Is that what I want to say? Anyways, he was already working in my heart for this industry, because I was taking oils and I loved oils. And so this is my business model for oils. I'd throw up a post. I'm putting in an oil order today, if anybody wants some. And crickets, or one person would want lemon, or something. And I'm like, I never made money to even cover my own oils. And then I was inundated with oils. And I'm like, I still love my oils, don't get me wrong, but it was not working. No one was coaching me or training me or helping me or anything. And so that is what I thought this would be. And when I skeptically said yes to her, I didn't tell my husband. I took it in secret. I remember a friend came over to my house and she saw it out, or I don't know how it came up, but I told her I was taking plexus, and she's like, you're not gonna be one of those girls, are you, that talks about it all the time? And I was like, no way. Because I was still super judgmental, right? I'm like, I am not going to be one of those girls, because I had seen it done poorly and I had zero belief that any of this stuff would even work. The products would work. I didn't believe the industry or the business model worked. I didn't even believe that I had what it took to make this successful. No one I knew was successful in network marketing. So I took the products. I started with the Triplex. That's all I did. And like 4 to 6 weeks in, I was not even coherent until my friend was doing her job following up. She's like, how are you feeling with energy? It's like, you know what? Actually, I don't remember the last time I went through the drive-thru for my white chocolate Americano extra cream. I don't remember when I took a nap last. Wait, my sleep. Oh my gosh, I've been sleeping so good at night. Like I'm not aware of what is happening in reality because I'm in survival mode every day with my kids, right? But as I'm reflecting and looking, I'm like, oh man, Mom, my fuse is growing with my kids. I have felt better. Wait a minute, what is in this stuff? And regular, I didn't tell you, I thought regular was like 3 times a week or something before plexus, y'all. Now all of us are like, oh girl, like we know regularity changes lives. Okay, I literally have a friend that nicknamed me the poop whisperer because she was so backed up and needed support so bad in that. And I was like, girl, I got you. And I helped her out because these products work, right? So I'm like, what's in this stuff? I started learning about candida. I started learning about gut health. And it was like unlocking this whole world, of what health could be. And it was literally the way that I explain it is like I had all these puzzle pieces worked out for what I knew would be healthy. I wanted to be healthy, but I was missing this final piece. And it was supplementation. I never went in expecting it to replace, my healthy lifestyle. What it did is it like filled in all the gaps and leveled it all up to where it was supposed to be. Later, I took a blood test and my cholesterol even went down like another 70 to 90 points, which I was borderline high cholesterol because that was genetic in my family. And that I wasn't even working towards that was actually really awesome. I was like, oh, blood work don't lie, so if you guys have people, that are looking for a story in any of those realms, I'm happy to do a 3-way chat for you. I know I'm not on this team, but One Plexus, guys, I really do. I'm very passionate about people finding real freedom in their health and their finances so they can get after living out the life that matters most to them. We know we cannot live our lives fully if we have our health or our finances in the way, right? I don't know how many, that's a whole nother talk. Okay, I got other things to talk about tonight, but so after the products worked for me, I posted about it. Totally did exactly what I said I would never do. But I loved Facebook. I was already kind of addicted and I was the girl that was like, tired today. My kids are sick today. We just went to the park, like I just kind of was making random announcements about what was going on in my day. And I loved looking at other people's lives. And so I just was like, I don't know what's in this stuff, but this is how I'm feeling, and gave a list. And then I had tired mamas friends, because that's who I was interacting with, where other moms were commiserating about life together. Your kids did this. Oh, well, my kids, like we're like one-upping each other or something. They were sending me messages and they're like, Kelly, I got to try that. Okay, I want your link. I need what you are experiencing, because I had already built this trust and likability, with my friends. It was really easy, simple for me to start with some of the friends that already knew me well. They knew that, especially my friend, later, the friend that I told I would never do that, she did join my team and is still on my team because she's like, I knew it had to be good because you done told me you would never be that girl that posted all the time. And now you can't stop talking about it. I'm like, for real, that's exactly how it went down. And so what that has done for me though, is within 4 months, guys, I was earning enough to cover the products for all 5 of our family, because we have a family of 5. I started my kids on it. My son, he was 7. He went from 11 missed school days that year for being sick to 0 the next school year. Like his immunity needed repair. And that is what these products did for him, which is a big deal, especially now we're trying to keep our baby safe, right? Now here I am 5.5 years in. My paycheck covers my mortgage. It covers, our products still. It covers our phone bill. It covers so many things. I've earned trips to the Bahamas, to Orlando, Vegas, Disneyland, and even Maui. As a stay-at-home mom, I've never done anything else outside of this. Like 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face and told you, no way could I do that. But it is happening. Why? Well, Kelly must be so lucky. Oh, well, Kelly, she's so energetic. Guys, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had belief, and that is what we are talking about tonight. This stuff worked. I knew it because I had experienced myself. I knew these products worked. I knew this company was bomb because I had been introduced to all these amazing leaders and to these other upline, other team pages. At the time, you got added to like 5 team pages or something. And I got exposed to all this different leadership, and everyone was cheering for me and welcome, so excited for you. I'm like, they don't even know me. Oh man, I mean, when you're a stay-at-home mom and you are just wiping booties, emptying dishwashers, and just tired all day long, nobody is telling you, good job, girl, you got this. Nobody. You had to dig deep and try to find it yourself. So to be put into a community of people that were genuinely excited for me and cheering for me. And then I got to meet, Alec and Tarl at my first event. I traveled to Arizona to go to my first Super Saturday. I had just went gold. And my belief just went through the roof, because I'm like, oh man, these people are real and they're all so excited. And anyway, so I believe that this was the tool that would provide more freedom in our strapped lives, right? Because before we were living paycheck to paycheck, right? This, I want to start with a quote by Marshawn Evans Daniels. I don't know how many of you guys know her. She wrote a book, I got it right here, called Believe Bigger. Can you guys see that? Believe Bigger, Marshawn Evans Daniels. She good. She loves Jesus. She just talks about like how to find your dreams and passions and desires, really, you know, with the Lord. You know, like God is a part of that, and and in business. She's really powerful, dynamic speaker and whatever else. She's actually in another MLM now because she saw the fruit of that. It's really remarkable. But anyway, what her quote was is, the danger is not where you are going. The real danger is where you're staying. I'm gonna repeat that. The danger is not where you're going. The real danger is where you are staying. And why do we stay? We get scared, y'all. Fear like stops us. Okay. We may have heard, you know, fear is a liar. Fear will always be there. You have to acknowledge it and you have to recognize it fast so that you can deal with it, right? But when we're staying because we're afraid, we cannot move forward to where we feel led, we feel called, we feel passionate about, we feel like we're created to go there. There's that stirring, you know, in you that is calling you to do something, to take action. But we have this thought, what if? Oh, I don't know. So I'm gonna look at 3 areas that we need to carry belief to be successful in this business. Number 1, we need to have belief in the products. Number 2, we need to have belief in the company. And number 3, we need to have belief in yourselves, like in ourselves, belief in yourself. So real quick, I want you to write those down: products, company, and yourself. And I want you to rate each belief area for yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being totally non-existent, 10 being no one gonna tell you different. You got so much belief in that area, in yourself, the products, and the company. I won't make you share your numbers unless you want to. I'll call on a brave soul. I'll let you share, but I want you to be real honest, okay? And now something I've learned in my personal growth and development, I will not grow unless I'm real about where I'm at. I cannot move forward unless I'm real about where I'm at. I cannot get to my destination if I'm not real with my GPS about where I'm starting from, right? We can't get there unless we know how we're going to get there. We don't know how we're going to get there unless we know where we're at. 10, 10, 10, Kathy. Yeah, girl. 10s all around. Would anyone else like to share? You don't have to, I promise. I won't put you on the spot. She just put in the chat. I see numbers. I don't know which ones those are applied to. So the products, company, and self maybe is what those are. Okay. Good. Okay. Thanks, guys, for sharing that. All right. So I want to let's look at the belief in the products. If it's not a 10, I want you to ask this question, like, what's going to make it a 10? I want you to be realistic, you know, about that, right? Again, the more real you can be with your answers, the easier it's going to be to move forward to where you want to go with that. Maybe if it's not a 10 in the products, maybe it's as simple as being more consistent to have your own results, or giving it more time. Or maybe it's watching some more stories or reading more testimonies to build that belief. Because I didn't have, you know, IBS or colitis or fibromyalgia or anything, but my sponsor did. And the more I heard her story, the more passionate I became about these products helping someone with those issues. I couldn't speak to that personally, but I could because my friend did. And there's gosh, a year ago, there was 700,000 ambassadors. I know there's more than that now with Plexus. And so there's a lot of stories out there of people really finding freedom in their health issues, let alone just on your team alone, I'm sure. Okay, so now when you're looking at the company, if it's not a 10, what would it make it to be a 10 for you? Like, how would you know when you've reached a 10? What does that look like? Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we have these numbers, but we never actually can reach that perfection because we don't really know what that looks like. So we're always a 7. Well, I don't really know what a 10 looks like, but I know what a 7 looks like because that's where I'm at. It's like, well, how will you know when you've reached a 10? Is that answer realistic? Especially like there's never any lawsuits and there's never any, issues with people, or something that's like, there's humans involved. There's always going to be something. But some ways to maybe raise that number up is maybe you can attend an event online or in person to build your belief. What about talking to others who've been here longer than you to ask them why they have high belief in the company? Again, I went to my first Super Saturday, and I've been to plenty of events since then that continue to affirm to me like the generosity, the care, the humility of our leadership from the very top all the way down even to my own upline. And so where I want to land just a little bit is look the belief you have in yourself, because I do believe that this is where the rubber meets the road a lot for our success. I know it has for me. I worked really hard to reach Emerald. It took me 3 years, and then I reached it, I peaked, and literally the next month, I never hit it again for like 8 months. And then I hit it again for like 5 or 6 months, and then I didn't hit it again. And it's been this like weird roller coaster, and I'm recognizing that it's my belief really in myself that I'm able to lead from that space, that I'm able to that I deserve it, even that I can manage it well. My family didn't grow up with money, and so to have money in my account is a little bit anxiety inducing. It sounds so weird, and I get that, but I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I'm afraid I'm gonna it's uncomfortable because there's money mindsets, right? And so then I want to like spend it, or do something else with it because it's uncomfortable. I know it sounds so weird, but those are beliefs, right? And thoughts that I have. So this is really where it gets real, because our thoughts, guys, our thoughts have real power. And I don't know if you've ever tested this out, but our thoughts direct our feelings, and our feelings direct our actions, and our actions direct our results. And I got it's called a thought model. I got it from my coach, Kristen Boss. And she got it from another life school coach, but I forgot her name, Stacy. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. And that is my fault, but I'm supposed to tell you who it was from. And when I find it, I'll tell Marla.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Brooke Castillo.
Brooke Castillo. Yes. Oh my gosh. Not Stacy. There are other coaches I know named Stacy. Okay. Brooke Castillo. Yes. Thank you. Oh, saved me. So our thoughts produce our feelings, which produce our actions, which produce our results. So here's an example. If you have the thought, this is hard, how's that going to feel? So heavy, so stuck, so, just burdened, right? So then what actions am I going to take from that feeling? Not a whole lot. Maybe I'm going to force a post. I'm going to force a reach out. How do you think that's going to come across? I could say the same words, but if my thoughts and feelings are like, this is so heavy, it's like, you guys should join my team. It's so great. We are amazing. And Plexus is changing lives. I hope you reach out, let's chat in the DMs and the PMs. How many of you guys are going to reach out to me? Versus if this is light and fun, my energy is going to come out very different in that post. I might even use emojis, or something, or a more excited picture of myself or whatever. I can't send a selfie of myself looking excited if I have the thought, this is so hard. It's really hard to do that. And so then what's going to happen? My results, no one going to be joining my team. And now that's only going to reinforce the thought, this is hard. Maybe it's the thought, no one wants to join me. So if no one wants to join me, I'm going to feel really defeated. I'm going to feel like I suck. You know, there's going to be a lot of weightier feelings again, right? My actions, I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to isolate. Probably not going to be reaching out to my friends because why? What's the point? They don't want to join me. I'm not going to post because why? What's the point? Nobody wants to join me. And then the result, ain't no one going to join you. And now, oh, we have just validated your thought. No one wants to join you. Like you literally are in the driver's seat of that whole scenario. It has nothing to do with your audience, your upline, your team, the products, the company, nothing. It has everything to do with where your thoughts are at. Now that can sound depressing, but also I want you to find hope and encouragement. If you can take it down that road, you also have the power to transform that and to take it down a space that is actually going to serve you, right? Another way to look at that, sometimes we don't always recognize our thoughts, but we might recognize our feelings. We're usually more connected with like, I just feel heavy today, or I feel frustrated, or I feel defeated, or I feel really excited, or I don't know, whatever your feelings are. I feel like God uses our feelings a lot to direct our time. I don't know, like as my friend used it once as like a dashboard on a car, when those lights come off, like those are our feelings, you know, like the check engine light, the oil, the gas, you know, whatever, like that's our engine, you know, our body saying, emergency, pull over, we got to do a little check engine, you know, reset or something. And a lot of times it's from our thoughts. But why, if we think it's hard, like, why do we believe it's hard? You know, like where maybe did that even start? Look for like the trigger of that. Like, where did that come from? If I believe, you know, some other thoughts like I'm not enough, I'm stuck, no one wants to join me. Like what triggered that? Because I got to know, y'all, I hate to tell you, a lot of people say no in this business, and that's okay. You know what that means? That means that you're still taking steps to offer hope and freedom to other people. And if they say no, they're saying no to your offer, not to you. The sooner you can separate that, the more freedom you're going to have in this business to know that it is not even about you. Waitresses offer their, you know, customers coffee all the time. We just went to IHOP today after a soccer game and they offer you coffee. And I said no. She did not go and cry in a corner and then quit. Do you know what I mean? Like she was like, okay, she didn't want no coffee. How about some eggs? You know, what else do you need or whatever? Like she was still engaged with me. And I totally appreciated that. I would have been like so confused if she would have just cut off and left and quit over that. Same with our friends when we're like, I don't know how to talk to you now because you said no. We can still engage with them because we're not taking it personally. We don't have the thought, I suck, I'm not good enough. If we have the thought like, okay, they don't want what I have right now, not yet. Who knows? They're going to go to the doctor next month and that doctor might tell them, girl, your cholesterol is in the toilet. We need to help get that back up. You know, my friend Connie, she's been posting a lot about this thing that helps with cholesterol. I should reach out to her. I have had plenty of friends that I've talked to about plexus over the years that have reached out because of some doctor's appointment or some like last straw moment, you know, or something with their kids or with their pant size or who knows what it is, you know, and I'm like, girl, I'm here, but they won't know I'm here unless I keep showing up, unless they're like, boy, she's still on that train. She still believes in that. Okay. If they don't have the belief yet, they're going to channel my belief. And so we want to be communicating that belief about the company, about the products, and doing that from the space that we believe in ourselves, that you believe that God has already given you all the tools to be successful in this industry. I truly believe everyone can be a diamond in plexus. And I know that sounds cliche. I know some of you are already like, whatever, you don't know me, you don't know my scenario, you don't know, you don't get it, you know. I get it. I do get it. Yes, I was where you were. Like, no one believes that because it's too good to be true. But I'm going to tell you, you don't get there by sitting on your booty and not believing it. You don't get there by just posting and praying. People at the top of this company have had a journey that, let me think about this. If you had a mentor in your life, people that you've looked up to in your life, and do you look up to them because they have had a road of ease and comfort and everything's just been like so hunky-dory? You know, like we relate to people because they're seasoned, you know, like they walked through something and they came out alive. And not only alive, but they were thriving on the other end. It like gives you hope and knowing, okay, if so-and-so can do it, I can do it. You can be that person for someone else that's following you right now on your social media. Someone is watching you you don't even know about. I promise you this. You don't even know that they're watching you, wondering if you're going to fail and give up or not. What would happen if you didn't quit? What would happen if you believed that this is how you access the life that you've always wanted? And you showed up that way. What if your next post was the post that unlocked that, you know, for your next dream builder, you know, whoever? Let me also encourage you that you don't need 20 rock stars on your team to get to the top. You have everything inside you to lead a team to the top. And you have to show up as her or him. I don't know if there's any dudes on here. To lead them there. Because a lot of times, you know, in the belief triad, you know, we will, it's almost like we point to other areas in our life for responsibility for our success or our failure. Well, COVID is what got me to the top because everybody saw this need, you know, for an at-home business. And so that's how I made it. That's how I had this momentum. I had momentum in COVID because of, you know, everyone was already home. Or I reached this rank because Sally was such a rock star. Or I didn't reach it because my upline stinks or because my team isn't working. Like our brain just kind of points the finger instead of owning responsibility, not in a sense to like guilt and shame yourself, but be like, I have what it takes to be successful and to lead a team that's successful. And I'm going to own it. I'm going to plan for it. I'm going to implement, execute, and I'm going to evaluate that and just repeat, rinse and repeat. That doesn't have, but you can't do that with the belief I suck and like taking everything personally. Because your thoughts, that is your belief system. I hope I'm making sense here. John Acuff, I don't know how many of you guys know John Acuff. Do I have his book sitting right here? I don't know where it went. It's down there. He has a book called Soundtracks. He calls these soundtracks, these thoughts that we have on repeat. You know, that track that maybe you had in high school that you just are always playing because it was like your jam, you know, and maybe you still have one now. Hopefully you do, because there's some good songs out there. But same with our thoughts. And our brain's job literally is to find evidence to prove our thoughts true. So when I have the thought, this is hard, my brain is instantly on autopilot. I don't even know that this is happening, looking for evidence to prove this is hard. This is hard. See, that happened. I don't know how many of you guys woke up and you're like, today's going to suck. And you're literally looking for everything in your day to prove, see, this day sucks. I knew it. I knew this day was going to suck. I told you this day was going to suck. I mean, we do this in every area of our lives. I'm not even going to go there, Kelly. Okay. But I want you to know, to be mindful of your thoughts, because if I have the thought, you know, this is hard, obviously, if I believe that to my bone, I'm not going to be able to transform that to, this is easy, because my brain's going to be like, you know, laughing in my face. You got to have a thought that you literally can believe in your bones. And it maybe is maybe not the total opposite, but maybe it's a step, you know, like from this is hard to, what if that's not a problem? You know, like what if this could be easier? How can I make this easier? You know, asking instead of when you know it's not good. Let me think about this. Well, John Acuff, okay, he has 3 questions that are helpful to ask yourself. I'm almost done, I promise. He has 3 questions to ask yourself to challenge your thoughts. If you have a feeling, you know, that's frustrating and you've narrowed down what the thought is, ask these 3 questions. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it kind? If you cannot say yes to all 3 of those, you need to reevaluate that thought. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it kind? Okay, so going back to this is hard. Is it true? Boy, it kind of feels hard today. Like this was something new. I'd never done this before. Y'all, we have never done this business before. If you are new to network marketing, give yourself some compassion and know that you are walking in a jungle that no one has walked before. Like you are learning new things. I don't care what age you are, like it's still new, and that takes something for our brains, right? So a little self-compassion, but it might be true that it's hard. Okay, but is it helpful? Is it helpful to tell yourself this is so hard? This is so hard. And is it kind? Maybe even the thought, I suck, like I stink at that. I will totally, those words might even come out of my mouth, where you do like the third person, like, Kelly, you're such an idiot. That will come out of my mouth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I would never tell my kid that. I would never tell my best friend that. And I'm talking to myself like it's just nothing. That's not kind. Okay. So I have to capture that thought. Okay. Bible says to capture our thoughts, take captive of our thoughts, renewing our mind, focusing on what is good, noble, pure. Jesus started mindset training, in the Bible. This is training as old as the Bible. Okay. We just use different language now. So if you're answering no to those, that's when you need to find a new thought and move closer to the goal of the actual thought that you want to have. And the feeling that you want. If you're not sure about the thought, I always start with the feeling. Okay, if I feel really heavy and frustrated and stuck today, how do I want to feel today? Well, I want to feel excited. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel calm. Okay, so instead of the thought, this is so stressful, oh my gosh, I don't have any time. That's a thought. I don't have any time. What if I had the thought of like, I have enough time? I have enough time. That keeps me calm. That keeps my brain out of fight and flight mode so that I can actually stay focused and clear to doing whatever the task is that I'm doing. And gives me a place. Okay, so then lastly, this is why goals are so helpful. All a goal is, guys, is a place to help your brain focus so that you can bring it to fruition, whether they're short-term or long-term goals. It gives you a place to look, a place to solve for. So an example, like driving to, going on a trip, and I'm going to drive to Texas. I have to be real about where I'm at, and I have to know clearly where I'm going to go. And then I'm going to plug it in my GPS, and it's going to give me a map on how to get there. Do I want to go through Michigan and Florida and whatever else to get there from this corner of the United States? No, that's foolish. But if I don't have a plan, I might take a left turn that just takes me way in the other direction. But if I have a plan, I'm going to at least know where I'm going, and I'm going to find my way there the most effective way. Now, is there going to be roadblocks along the way? Sure. Am I going to get there in the timely manner? I don't know. But you can set those time goals, just kind of keep you focused. But I don't ever want anyone in here to let the timing of a goal throw you off from actually reaching your goal. Many diamonds have had timeline goals and not reached them by that timeline. Robin Sullivan, I love her. She was emerald for like 7 years or something, I think, before she skyrocketed to diamond in a blink or whatever it was. But I love her story because it wasn't about the timeline. I always told myself, girl, if it took you 4 years to get debt in a college degree, what could 4 years in this business do for you? I'm emeralds. Here I am 5.5 years later. I thought I'd be diamond by now. Sure. Am I mad about that? Some days, because my brain gets in the way. But I also am like, even if it takes me another 4 years to get to diamond, what else am I doing with my time? At least I'm still living out my passions and my beliefs in supporting others in their health and their finances. And I'm moving closer to that goal, and offering more freedoms even for my family. So my question really is for you is to, where is your belief at? And then what are the next steps that you need to take to move that scale to a 10, in each of those areas? I know a lot of you put 10s, and maybe after we talk through this, you want to reevaluate that number, whatever. And if you are a 10, okay, now what's your game plan to keep it there? And then how can you inspire others on your team to get to a 10? That is what I have for you. That was kind of a lot, but my brain was like going crazy. I told Marla, like, oh my gosh, I hope I have enough time, because my brain is like writing all this stuff out. Because guys, this is what I'm like so uber passionate about.
Oh, that was excellent. Excellent. I mean, our mind is, I say, 98% of this. Would you agree, Kelly?
Yes. And that's even with running. I tell people in running, I'm like, it's 90% mental. Like your brain is so important. Your thoughts are so important.
And our brain is set up to keep us safe, not to do what's scary, not to do something that you haven't done. So that's why we have to not listen to our thoughts, manage those thoughts. I love the John Acuff, I always say his name wrong.
Acuff. Uh-huh.
That book was so good. I should pull it out. I had it on Audible, and every time I listen, oh my gosh, that is so good. Yeah, so true. Does anyone have any questions for Kelly? Oh, let's give her a hand. Yay. Thank you, Kelly, for taking.
Thanks, guys, so much.
Yes, we appreciate you so much. And I'll see you on your call. Is that tomorrow? I got to look.
Wednesday.
I'm doing one tomorrow for somebody.
We'll be in touch. Yep, we'll be in touch.
Okay. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Really honored.
Yeah, you can stay on.
Have a good night.
Okay. Yeah, bye. Oh. All right. So next, we're gonna talk a little bit about product, because that and gut health. So Leah's gonna share a little bit with you about gut health and I think the triplex and lean.
Yes, I'm just hoping my devices will all last here. All of them are just about dead. So here we go. All right. And a side note, if you want some positivity on your social media, I didn't get a chance to say this to Kelly before she got left, but I really enjoy following her. Her energy on her social media is uplifting and fun. And so that's what I like on my social media. So she's one to follow for sure. So yeah, talking about gut health, again, we talk about gut health. I think a lot of us would probably agree, but when I initially heard that term, I still was just thinking about my digestive system, going to the bathroom, and that's it. Not about the actual microbiome or the bacteria in my gut and what that is and what the makeup of it is and how important that is. Did you know, I don't know if this maybe relates to, I think Marla, you had a post with like the intestines and stuff, but your gut contains 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria. 3 to 5 pounds, you guys. That is just insane. And I could go on and on. I don't want to waste time, but just look online of what issues can have, what symptoms or what issues you can have related to gut health. And again, I think some really important things, and I think a couple of statistics that help us kind of connect the gut and the brain and just to the rest of our body is that 70% of your immune cells are in your gut, and 90% of your serotonin also goes through your gut. So our immune system and kind of our emotions go through our gut. And so it's full of junk, then we're probably not going to feel very great. And so for the product tonight, I just want to reiterate on the triplex. Going to mostly focus on that. And I just want to, sometimes visuals are helpful. So this is the Bio Cleanse. This is just a capsule, and the triplex, it just talks about main things: weed, seed, and feed. So the Bio Cleanse is the weeder, is a thing, the weeds, and you can kind of relate this to a garden, but it removes harmful microbes and substances, and it helps clean your GI tract and promotes regularity. So very helpful, a magnesium supplement for, more than just going to the bathroom, but definitely a winner there. Seeding, right? So seeds, ProBio 5, also capsule. This is a probiotic, and it helps improve natural response to imbalance in the gut and helps keep intestinal yeast in balance as well. So very, very, very important in helping break down bad bacteria to keep your gut healthy. And then Slim is the third part of the triplex, this powder packet that you add to water. And this is the feeding part of the weed seed and feed. And it promotes growth of good gut microbes, balanced blood sugars, antioxidants, chromium, which helps lower blood sugar lower blood sugar and helps respond to insulin. And it can also help with weight loss. So these three are kind of the power pack for gut health, and so many good things come out of this trio here. I don't have lean in front of me, and I don't have a lot of details on it, but I just wanted to talk about it because it is a product of the month this month. And so if you haven't ever tried it, or if you're new and you're going to order, and you can, I would say add it to your cart if you like protein shakes. Each serving has, correct me if I'm wrong, 14 grams of protein. And each bag of lean also supports Feeding America. So donating meals to others when you purchase the bag too. And it's so good. It really does taste like a chocolate shake, and by far the best protein powder I've ever tasted. I'm not a daily protein shake drinker, but I like to have it on hand just for a quick either snack or meal whenever. So that's just another product that I wanted to emphasize because it's the product of the month, and you earn extra perk points. And if you don't know about perk points, ask the person that invited you. That's what I got for today.
Thank you so much. And there are two different formulas of Slim for anybody that's new, the hunger control and the microbiome activating. So we have great videos from Kelly Hulst, who is on here. Our pharmacist too has broke down the ingredients. So ask your sponsor or me if you're watching this and as a recording, or need any more answers about that. Okay. All right. So we have lots happening. Now I think we're going to go to Kelly and talk more about the business side. So if you're not interested and want to hop off, you can, but we're going to be focusing on some things to do to promote the products, to get in more people's hands and help people get the products paid for. If you haven't had a gut health party, that's something that we do for you. And even if you don't want the business, you can still have a gut health party and invite people, and you could refer them to your friend who started you on the products. So you would, if you don't want to have people under you, and then you can get compensated with some cash or products. So we'll work something out. But anyway, Kelly, you want to be next?
Sure. Thank you. Whether you are new or you're an old, not old, let's just say not mature, but seasoned ambassador, this is for you. We're doing a fun challenge throughout the month, and we started one last Tuesday. And basically what it is it's just to get the word out there. So just like you would recommend a good restaurant, your favorite book, or the show that you're binge watching right now, Virgin River, yep, that's mine. We're just wanting to ask others for a shout out post. And so we simply just send a little quick message asking for somebody to put a picture of themselves, maybe holding their pink drink, or it can be just a picture of their pink drink, but a picture of themselves with the pink drink or with the product, any plexus product would be most beneficial. And then just to say a couple things about why they like it, or what it has done for them, or what they hope that it will do for them. And then they just post that up on Facebook and tag you in the post. And then after that, you can go in and screenshot that post and put it into the Diamond, Glam Guts Grace Diamond group. And we have a spot for you to put that in there. And anyway, what we're doing is everybody that actually asks somebody to do a post and that person does post, you both get entered into a separate drawing for $50 cash. And so that's kind of fun because then you can maybe try a new product that you wanted to try or whatever you want to do with the money. But that drawing will take place on Tuesday. So Monday at 9:00 p.m. will be the deadline to get your asks out there, and then to screenshot them and get them in the correct spot in the diamond group.
Yeah, and
That's
then
really
another thing too, when they do get people interested, say people message them, then it leads to, giving them the sample, inviting them to an event, the why plexus, why now, or having a gut health party too. So it's the shout out post is just the beginning of many conversations that can springboard off of it.
right. And so after you do get that shout out post, you want to kind of keep an eye and have the person that put the post out there for you, have them keep an eye on the post, and yourself be aware of it, and make sure that you are following up with those that have commented. Just for an example, I think there's 4 or 5 of us now that have received a yes for asking for somebody to do a shout out post for us. And just, to let you know that if you just set aside 10 or 15 minutes, it's all it takes. There's verbiage that we have available for you. We can help you with that. It's in the diamond group as well. In a couple of the posts, there's different examples. And then just to kind of pay attention and follow up and answer the questions that they may have. And then that can lead you into getting that person that did the shout out post for you to use some of their free samples that they have if they've downloaded the Engage app. So I think there's a lot of free samples out there that are not being used. And I just think that's a waste for us. We really need to go after that and start getting those used. For example, I had one gal that did a shout out post and actually did a party for her last winter, and it did real well. She actually got her products paid for 3 months because we did a party for her. That was kind of exciting. And now she just did a shout out post for me. I think it was yesterday, and she's got 7 people that have commented. And so now we're following up with those 7 people, asking them if they would like to watch a short video or if they would like to have a sample, and we're getting that off to them. And then it just goes from there. So you never know if you are doing this as a business, you never know who knows somebody that needs the product and maybe needs the business as well. So don't ever discount anybody or leave them hanging. You always want to make sure that you follow up. So you have until 9 o'clock tomorrow. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We can get her done.
Yeah, and I was just thinking too, even if you get, a bunch of people that say no, they won't do it. You could even go to, your ambassadors that love the products and say, oh my gosh, I completely forgot that you have samples on an app to give away samples. If I had a little pink party for 15 minutes, would you invite some people and share those samples? I mean, you can do whatever. There's a lot, and I would help you with the party. I mean, there's just a lot of ways that we can approach people about it and not make it sound salesy. So yeah.
Doing a live?
Huh?
Yeah.
Would that be something we do in a live in our group and just say, hey, just want to show you guys the app that I have that has and you guys all have access to this, like in the group.
You want to
kind of everybody?
Yeah, I have to do my post this week. Should I do it about that?
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure out what I was going to share, or am I supposed to share about me? I guess I'll do either or both, whatever.
You do just a quick short story about you, and then just say, and did you know that when you become an ambassador, you get a free app and you have samples? You could just lead into that.
Okay.
The samples, do you guys do you have an example of one? Gina, have you guys ever ordered one for yourself? Do you know what it looks like?
No.
I would recommend doing that. They are fancy.
How do you do that? How do you send one to yourself? Just you order it?
Just send yourself the sample. I did it a
Oh.
long time ago. I can't remember how I did it, but somehow I just sent it, the link to my messenger, and then I clicked on it and put my address and sent it to me.
And then if I want more samples to send people, do I order it through the app or through, I've never figured that out either.
Purchase-
Either way,
Yeah, I always purchase it on my website. Do you guys purchase it on your app?
you can do it either way. At least you used to be able to do it either way. You
Okay.
can do it right in the app. There's a place to do it,
Right.
or you can go into your website and order some more there.
Yeah, it's a slick thing. So, all right, Kelly, thank you so much. Is there any more you wanted to share?
No, I just think we're missing the boat if we're not using those samples. There's something to that. So let's just work on that throughout the week, and then on Tuesday we'll have a little different swing to it.
Awesome. And remember that the Why Plexus Why Now calls are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then Friday mornings at 11. So those are meant to be individual appointments with somebody that you attend it with them. Like, hey, if I sent you a link to watch an event with me, would you watch it about the products and hear a couple testimonies, and then we'll talk about it after. So because if you just send people the link, it's going to be hard to know how to relate to them about it. So it's meant to be an appointment that you can actually be intentional also, because then you can talk about it afterwards. So it's real, it's more one-on-one. So you can just send them the link, but chances are you're not going to get as much success. Yes, Kathy?
I was just going to say that Engage app is absolutely fantastic, and nobody is using it like they really need to. But the little hamburger thing at the top, there's videos you can watch, and I would recommend watching those videos until you have them memorized. And definitely when you send yourself a sample, then you know what the other person's getting, how they're reacting, and how you react to that. And you can experience it yourself so that you know what you're doing. And until you do that at least 2 or 3 times, you have no clue what is going on. So you just don't. You've got to do it. Give it to yourself. Practice on yourself.
Yep.
Then you can give those samples that you sent yourself to somebody personally. It's not like you wasted the samples.
And
it's still good.
When I started, I said, hey, I'm supposed to be sending out some samples with the app, and I got to figure it out. Can I send one to you? Will you drink what I send you? So I didn't get any no's on that one. So yeah, just make it not.
And there's like 5 things you can send in samples now, not just slim. Your slim, active, lean, the kids' drinks. It's unbelievable what they have offered us to do.
Yes. Yes. And so I was going to talk a little bit about the greens. Also exciting. I had not a clue that was coming, you guys. That was such a surprise. There wasn't, unless I missed a call, but there wasn't anything ahead of time. So, and I asked in our Jewel chat, who can tell me what it tastes like? And everyone said they've tried lots of greens and this is the best they've ever had. So I'm excited about it coming. And then they announced Leaders Retreat is coming back. Yay! October 1, quarter 4. So that is March 12th through the 14th in Orlando, Florida. So mark those dates down. You can earn it. And you can earn a shopping spree. I posted it in our Diamond group, all the graphics from that were shared in our extravaganza. It's just a picture of the screen because they haven't come out with it yet. Corporate hasn't, but so excited that we're getting that back. So whatever you do today on counts. Our quarters roll into each other. When we start the new year, it's like starting a clean slate. We start at 0, but all of our retention credits carry over. So what we do now, we see the fruit of in quarter 4 as well. Okay. And then November 12th is the date that Helen McFadden is going to be in Grand Forks. So if you haven't marked that date down and started talking to people about coming, that is the night of the opportunity event. And then in the morning is the breakfast and training for people that earn it. And there's going to be some tweaking, I think, with it. I just talked to Carrie and Helen about it because I feel like we need to maybe change it up a bit so more people qualify. So anyway, so right now, I don't have anyone that's qualified unless you have different notes than I do. So let me know because everybody tracks their own better. But you know, level ones, ranking to silver, helping someone to fast start gold is how you get the points. And then also re-ranking and ranking up. The graphic is in our diamond group as well. So if you need it sent to you again, I can. I did share it in our group a long time ago, our chat. But if you need it sent to you, let me know. I can send it again. But lots of excitement, lots of things happening. And Helen, I said, when do I get to find out like everything I'm missing? It's so hard, you guys, to not be down there because all the talks that Tarl and Alec are doing. I thought maybe they'd have it recorded and they haven't. I've gotten 2 recordings, one from Kyle Rainey and one from Christina Williams. And it's just somebody in the crowd recording it, but oh, just good content. And I'd like to share Kyle Rainey's with all of you. It's so good. We don't have time tonight. His is only 6 minutes, but it's the best talk ever. It's all on customer care and what we do. So I'm excited for what's coming, even though I don't really know a lot of what's coming. Helen's going to fill me in. And I asked if she'd come on a call. So she'll be hopping on one of these Sundays. I'm not sure which one yet, but next Sunday I have Rebecca Pavey, who's going to join us. She is a Sapphire ambassador from Arizona, Peoria, Arizona. And she's going to share her wisdom with us. And then on the last Sunday, I have somebody, I can't even think of who it is right now, but anyway, it's kind of fun to have some new people on just to hear their story. I hope you guys like that. And do we have any questions about anything or anything you want to talk about that is pressing? I hope you're enjoying the extravaganza, Emerald Extravaganza 2022 diamond videos. Raise your hand if you've seen them all, most of them.
Most of them.
Most of them are 6 minutes, some are 11, but it is such good talk. And you guys, anyone can do this. Everybody is so different in this business. And it's just a matter of staying the course, helping others, good customer care, regardless if they stopped or not, following up, educating, inviting to events. And if you just keep doing those things, and work on yourself, there's always growth spurts. So yeah, and the next book club for Plexus, I can't think of the name of the book now. Kelly, do you remember offhand? Did you buy it?
Oh, crap. I know what it is. Give me a second, darn it. Oh, shoot.
I think they switched.
Outrageous achievement, I think.
Okay. So
Does that sound right?
Yeah, if we go to the Plexus Ambassador page, that's where they always post about it. And I love listening to authors. It's always great to hear why they wrote the book and how it's helped them in life. So yeah, so thanks so much, you guys. Let's get those people sharing so that we can find out who they have in their network that needs help, either with their health or finances or both, because Plexus business is a blessing, you guys. It is such a blessing. There's people that need what we have financially and health. So don't be afraid to talk about it. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. Love you all.
Thanks, Marla. It was great.
Yep, you bet. Bye.